Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 6 Japanese Battleship Fuso. She has 57,100 health, a top speed of 24.5 knots, 12 356mm guns, 22 secondary guns, a surface detect of 18.9 kilometers, and 39 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift. For my commander, basic survivability, expert marksman, and superintendent. We are on the map Trident, and this is Epicenter. It's always, it's weird. Epicenter is a game mode where I feel there's very little actual strategy, but it has consistently created some pretty good games, and I can't deny that. The fact that people are closer, the fact that people try to maintain absolute control over the objectives really helps the combat stay near each other. Now, is staying near each other the right solution? I don't think so, but it's something. It's been a while since I posted a game in the Fuso. Honestly, I'm sorry. I really enjoy the Fuso. If you've seen some of my Fuso games, they have just been barn burners. It's a ship that is very, very powerful at Tier 6. So I fire at the enemy, key it off, and we get 8,700 points of damage. Only 3 shells made contact. If we would have gotten a citadel, maybe we would have killed him. It was a good, clean shot. Honestly, I'm surprised he showed so much side. It's a bad strategy to sail broadside to your enemies. Another enemy cruiser, enemy Myoko, is trying to take safety in the island chain, and we get a little bit of damage. 1 less shell, 4,300, not bad. And that enemy Kirov is still showing way too much of their side. And you know what battleships should do? They should punish cruisers, especially, who show too much of their side. There is really no excuse for showing this much side. So I fire at him, I lead him in the direction he was headed, the whole 9 yards, waterline shot, and we don't get a citadel. 4 over pin. It looked like his propulsion was knocked out. Enemy destroyer. It's a Nicholas. Doesn't have torpedo range. It's good to have an idea of your enemy's effective torpedo range. I know that's not possible for most people because you can't play the game as much as I can, but in general, the American mid-tier short-range torpedoes, 6 to 8, maybe 10 kilometers, if that. That's really stretching it, honestly. Fire at the kid off. Ooh, there's a citadel. 11,000. Still, haven't killed the target. I've worked, 3 to 4 salvos on this guy. Finally, he's taken out. No surprise, though, just showing way too much of his side. Now, there is a potential target in the Königsberg, but I don't really want to fire on him. He's angled away. There's an enemy destroyer over there, Mitsuki. Push the flank with the AFK, but there's an enemy cruiser. And yes, he's behind an island. Yes, might be a difficult shot, but I can see through the island, and I can see... Oh, yes. 1 shot. That's what I could see. Big old citadel, devastating strike. 31,000, sorry. And that's just experience with the game, understanding how much I can assume as they're going behind the island. I like to play with the range, so I'm comfortable, and it worked out in my favor. And again, you can see me sort of bouncing the crosshair. It's a good technique to understand the distance the target is, but also go back to actually aiming at the target. Unfortunately, the enemy Nagato angles effectively, and we do basically no damage to him. But we're in a good position. The Nicholas is visible, 7.6 kilometers or 7.2. I would like to shoot him. I would like to shoot him a lot. Probably not going to get that chance. And it looks like I'm actually going to run into the friendly. And I would love to kill this Cleveland. I'm sure the Scharnhorst was going for it as well. Ooh, we got torpedoes. Okay, we got to avoid the torpedoes and also fire at the Cleveland. So fire at the waterline. Avoid the torpedoes, please, Scharnhorst. Okay, they're not going to hit us. Again, Nicholas doesn't have the range. Yes. Enemy Cleveland taken out. 9,500. Ooh, That's a big citadel, I think, from one of the enemy battleships over there, possibly. We're still showing way too much of our side. Again, oh man, just a huge mistake. In that instance, I lost 50% of my life, and I would love to finish off the Nicholas. Is he going to put the fire out? This might be a kill secure. Oh, baby, that's a kill secure. Okay, okay. Well, probably not necessary. It wasn't necessary. And I'm honestly sorry for that. There is an instance, though, where a target is on fire and he puts it out and you're like, oh no. He's going to get away. He's going to avoid death. We can't allow him to avoid death. I would rather err on the side of pushing it too much than to allow a player to get away and heal up. I fire at the enemy Königsberg. It's a long shot. And we sort of disperse around the target. Ugh. You can't land them all, right? We've done pretty well for ourselves. We only really deserve 2 kills, I think. But still, the damage, you can't argue with that. 71,000 points of damage done. And it's only 7 minutes in. 10,000 a minute? Yeah. This enemy British cruiser, he's probably gonna die. Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 friendly ships within a square of him. Not a good strategy. No, not gonna work out. But it was hilarious to see just how many were around him, though. It's like, I've got this! If you could only blow up your ship to do damage to targets around you, then it would work out in his favor. But you can't do that. Enemy Nagato is burning down, and is he going to... No, he put the fire out. Okay, well, I was considering holding my fire, but when I see a target who is that low, without a fire, you should fire at it. If you can do it, you gotta take him out. He's a battleship. He could heal. You don't want that. Yes, you don't deserve this kill, but the team deserves the kill. And the team trumps yourself. And of course we miss. Enemy battleship is very, very close. Honestly, I was like, ugh, I could just take him out. But the target, he's so low. And he's still visible. So, rotating the front guns. You know what? You can't pass it all up. Honestly, probably shouldn't fire right here because of the torpedoes. He just took so many torpedoes. He was healing. I probably should have gone after the Nagato, because the Nagato is really only in range of my ship, maybe the Shor's, but he would be risking his ship much more than mine. So I should have gone after the Nagato. Absolutely. Look at the Nagato. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You let a guy off the hook, and he could devastate you later. It's happened to me before. It's going to happen again. Don't just ease off the throttle. Unless, of course, they are split seconds away from dying, like the Nicholas. Don't ever ease off the throttle on these battleships. So I'm going to lead the target. He's very far away. Maybe should have let him a little bit more. He's firing at my ship. I'm trying to turn into it. Hard to port. You can drop the speed a little bit if you would like. It looks like I let him just a touch too much. Honestly, I'm happy about hitting him there, but he's at 12,000. Enemy destroyer is way too healthy, way too close. The friendly destroyer is in trouble. Honestly, maybe I should have tried to fire at it, but I just felt like I was better use on targets far away. The cruiser right behind me surely can engage the destroyer behind. And, you know, maybe that's the wrong way to see it. Friendlies get him really low. We miss the shot. 661 hit points left on him. Come on! Get him! And, of course, the Lutski sending his torpedoes against me. Oh, good. Cruiser took him out. Good. It worked out. It's exactly what I wanted. Probably should have done a better job. And I figure, full speed, I will be able to avoid the torpedoes. No, you're not going to avoid them. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot. So I'm trying to get away. Ooh! We take one in the stern. And did we take him? Oh, we hit it but it ricocheted off the Nagato. Of course, it's a flood. I'm going to fix the flood. Don't let the flood kill you. Don't do it, obviously. Everyone knows that. I should be using the heal, but I'm a little distracted. That's not an excuse. Just want to try and tell you what I was thinking at the time. Good. Finally use the heal. As a target is going around the island, you can sort of predict the angle that they intend to use. And that's what I tried to do. And there we go. We took him out. Probably should have been dead way sooner. What is this enemy Atlanta doing? Is he trying to fire at me while hiding behind the island? Is that really what he's going to do? Well, you know what, enemy Atlanta? For this insolence, your friend shall suffer. We fire at the waterline, and oh, we don't get the Citadel. We do 5,000 points of damage to him, and I'm sort of slowing down. The Atlanta's trying to predict my shot, or the ship for his shot. And, oh good, enemy's dead. And I don't want him to know. He is trying his best to do damage to me, set me on fire. I am susceptible to fire until damage control is available. Friendly is kind enough to drop his smoke, and I think he did it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the smoke for him. I'm not going to pass it up. We fired the Colorado. I think I missed the Colorado. I just shot too far to the left. I'm going to let this burn. I don't really need to put it out unless, of course, he puts another fire on my ship. It's better to be a little cautious than to allow the repair of a single fire to dictate whether you live or die. Now, once I'm in the smoke, I might put it out just because I intend to stay here for a while. I'm not going to pass up the kindness that the Nicholas provided. I should, however, looking back on it, held that shot for the Atlanta, because I probably would have killed him. He showed so much side because he's trying to avoid my friendlies who are pushing up on the northeastern flank. Now I have a little bit of guns pointed at the enemy, and of course they go long. The two front guns that we did fire at the Colorado are now available, and not enough to kill him. The destroyer will kill him. Yep, there the destroyer does. Okay. Well, the Colorado, he's behind the island. Not really going to get him. The Bayern is the only target. And we were doing so good. We had 71,000 in the first 7 minutes. And the next 7 minutes, we've done 15,000. We need to do a better job. And that's just my fault. The enemy engages. Who cares? We'll capture everything and we'll win the game. Friendlies are trying to take the Colorado out. Again, I don't really have a shot, so the only shot that's available is trying to get a little bit more damage on the Bayern. And I really like the Fuso. The Fuso is a great ship. It's a really great ship. We hit with one. Do basically nothing. It's a really great ship. And oh, Notser, don't you dare consider that. You don't deserve it. Good. Someone took the kill. Glad. Ugh. But I really like the Fuso. It's not fast. It's probably one of the slowest Japanese battleships in the game. But it's faster than the American. And that's all that matters, really. Then we land a couple shots on the Bayern. 2,000. Not enough to really jump for joy. And I was not aware. But the game's basically over before I could fire another salvo. So, hopefully it was an enjoyable game. We rebalanced some cruisers. I'm sure they will consider their angling. Hopefully they do. I don't ever want to see people continue to fail. I want to see them to grow. We earned Dreadnought, Kraken, Unleashed, Devastating Strike, 5 kills, 2,289 base XP. Nagato did a good job. The Mutsuki for his team, the Bayern, did a good job. Nürnberg, we had a good team. Good teamwork. All of the damage, AP, and yeah, it was great. It was a great game. I want to minimize some of those shots that I chose to do. Definitely try to finish off the Nagato better. He could have been a threat later. You can't do that. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.